WWE 2K26 has secretly brought back something that many online players were waiting for, and we gotta go on ahead and talk about that. Now, before we get into all that, patch 1.10 dropped, and lots of players were not thrilled that the online portion had basically no patch notes. I mean, bro, there wasn't even a mention of the online servers in patch 1.10. Now, most times we see some stabilization or just improvements, right? Just nothing. It's very vague most of the time, but it is shown that, it was worked on, according to the patch notes. But there's a lot of stuff, man, that's going on with 2K26, including patch notes that were written and did say that certain things were addressed that are still not addressed. There's a lot of stuff on there, man, that we got to get into. But before we do, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go on ahead and get into it. WWE 2K26's patch 1.10 was really big, y'all. I mean, it improved a lot of the game. But even when I go out there and say, hey, what is still wrong with WWE 2K26? There's over 100 comments giving me a different issue, and that alone is a pretty massive issue on its own. But when we talk about the online stuff, we were very worried because we did not see any of the online patch notes. We didn't see nothing to do with it, and these online matches have been missing for over a month. That's how long they were missing. It was a long time, and they were brought back and then taken back out, and people are still complaining about the match types lagging, and they were taken out for so long, which again, it makes you wonder what was going on if these match types are still lagging after they're pushed back into the game. Now, I do remember seeing that the Xbox console was having lots of issues. This year, I've lagged out quite a couple times of certain match types, like just the big ones, like the brawls and the elimination chambers. Those have always been the ones that give the most issues, which is why I think that a large part of whatever it is that they consider their budget needs to go towards online servers next year. Because you look at the way these servers play, it's really disappointing for a game in 2026. And for those that continue to say that I'm not speaking up, I've been speaking up on this problem literally like all year long since 26 came out. If you go and look at my initial review of the game, yes, online servers are being spoken about in that initial review as well. So trust me, I've been pushing for good servers because I do feel that, for me personally, all the online servers do when they're good is extend the lifespan of the game for me. Right now, I'll be honest, I'm not playing as much as I was, 2 weeks ago, but it is something that I do like turning on, still playing universe mode. I still feel like universe mode is pretty solid in my opinion. I understand that some people may feel different about that, but I do feel very good about where universe mode is at the moment. Could it be better? Of course it could be better, but online servers need the work. The brawls were gone, the chambers were gone, the 8-man ladder matches was gone. I mean, anything that had to do with 6-man or more, it was gone. I believe we still had access to the fatal 4-way if I'm not mistaken, but even the scrapyard brawls, those were only limited to a triple threat, which honestly sucked, if I'm being honest. I'm glad that they actually brought back the match types where you have multiple people over 3, because who wants to play a triple threat, bro? You're gonna either gang up on somebody or whatever the case is. Like, I would like to have at least 4, 6, and 8, which now 8 is what we're back at. And the Royal Rumble, that's the only one that stayed intact, which I don't really mind the Rumble, but the reason why it was upsetting from a gameplay point is because of that purple bar, bro. Playing with that purple bar online just is not great for the Royal Rumble. That's why I was not happy about it, when I seen this. Now, overall, when you look at the servers and where they're at, we'll have to see what happens, y'all, because I don't think they're gonna get much better this year anymore. I think the only way that they get better is when people continuously start dropping off the game, where there's not that many people playing on servers anymore. But there's a lot of stuff that is depending on these servers now, right? You got the battle pass, which you have to be online for. Now, I don't know how much weight that puts on servers, but again, that's also part of the online servers now, something that wasn't there last year. And I do feel last year we had, a decent amount of just good gameplay online. Like, after a certain point in time when they did what they did to the servers felt really good. And it's very, surprising that the servers still are this way when you got modes like My Faction, you got modes like the Island that depend on the online servers to be good. People's arguments are, oh, universe mode players mostly play universe, they don't play online, and that's where the majority of the player base is at. Sure, but there are modes that are taking resources from those modes that need the online servers to be as good as possible. And speaking about the Island, I'm not sure if this has been integrated yet, but the fact that when I was playing, there was no squad up button or something to squad up with your homie to go into the tag team match is kind of crazy too, bro. We really need that button somewhere in the island. Like, that kind of killed the experience for me off rip, if I'm being completely honest. We'll have to see what happens, but I think the island too, man. I see a lot of good comments about the island this year because of the way that it is, and I enjoyed the island, you know, for what I got out of it. But I still feel that it needs a bit of work, especially with just the online. There's a lot of online stuff that rides on this game. And My Faction is another mode that, yes, there's tons of single player content. You got World Tour, live events, you got everything. But really good cards come out of the ranked play. And when you go and play ranked play, at a certain point in time, you won't find a match. Like, I would have to go live to find a match, like, so people can go on ahead and find me. That's a problem. That tells you about just the life of where these online servers are at. Nobody's willing to deal with how bad these online servers are most of the time. And it's one of those things where I think that it's not only a server issue, but it's a Wi-Fi issue. And universally, we all know how bad online servers could be. I mean, we've seen it, but I do think that some of it definitely needs to not just be placed on WWE 2K, but also on the player as well. I think that a lot goes into it, y'all, and it shouldn't be as delicate as it is. Because I can go into Madden, I can go into NBA 2K, which is another franchise, you know, for 2K, and I would never have any online issues. But with WWE, from here and there, they do pop up. But this feature being brought back with all of those match types, it did seem that people were very happy, especially those that continued asking for it, because that was also something as well. People continuously kept asking me, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not sure. All I could do is just sit around and talk about it and ask and see when it's coming back. So I am super happy that they did come back. And one addition, before we go on ahead and get out of here, that we really need in WWE 2K is crossplay. I mean, we talked about crossplay before, but we see what crossplay is doing for other franchises and other video games and most sports games. I mean, bro, NBA The Run has crossplay, and that is like a triple indie game, dog. I mean, they putting this game out to sell for $30. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of games that have it. UFC 6 is coming out with crossplay. WWE 2K26 is behind. We really need crossplay, and I know that this doesn't necessarily mean that it could just get added in this year. We obviously know that, but it's definitely worth noting, because when you look at the online servers, it really needs a massive overhaul along with that feature added to it. Like, it's tough not being able to play with certain people from other consoles and whatnot. I do feel that that's something that should be in there, but again, we'll have to see what happens, y'all, because I definitely think that the servers need to be fixed first before we get that feature, but that feature also needs to be prioritized as well. We got more videos coming out this week. We got a couple more things, so make sure y'all let me know down below what is a problem that you are having with WWE 2K26 still after patch 1.10, because we're going to go on ahead and get into that. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.